Hi, it's me. I'm here today to talk to you guys about autism from an OT perspective. Often our kids with autism, one of the biggest things that they lack is a sense of self, either from like taking on the perspective of another person or even just having themselves in the big picture, and that relates to how they exchange with others in social situations, personal proximity, personal space, motor planning, any of those things. And so as an OT, we're always trying to promote that sense of self and space because it affects so many areas of development. The best ways to develop that in kids with autism is through proprioception, so like that touch. We talked about like touch pressure, just like that input into your joints when you're doing something heavy or resistive. I like to use hand hugs where I go through, like if it's a child that can't really engage in a lot of heavy work themselves because they just don't have that muscle tone, maybe I'll do hand hugs and I'll do really firm, nice hugs with my hands all over their arms, legs, maybe along their back, and just give them a quick dose of that heavy pressure. Another way to help build that map is through vestibular. So using a swing, especially like one that is just from a single point, and just doing rocking or things like that that activate that awareness of where I am in space and which direction I'm moving. The more we provide this input, the more we get wiring that helps connect those parts of the brain. So our brain has like a priority of things it wants to process. And the first one is always safety and survival. So we get this message that goes right from our senses right to our decision-making part of our brain that says, is this safe or not? Sometimes that's the only place kids can process is that safety mechanism. So they kind of go from like 0 to 60 and you don't know really what's going on. But the more we can build in that sensory input, the more we can get that processing to go through more channels of the brain and process information to that higher level that tells us this is where I am. And so we try and do a lot of that proprioceptive input, that heavy work. I made a couple things to show you today. So I took just this jug I had from some oil and I filled it with water and I kind of made it look like a little animal. Just for fun, and then I gave it a leash. So if you have a younger child, they might think it was really fun to pull this around for heavy work. I also just took a box I had in my garage. I put some canned vegetables down in there, which you can't really see. I had a bunch of canned vegetables. I put a blanket on top, and then I found these little Beanie Babies. And then I'm just gonna push it around like pushing a car or pushing a train. And use that in play to get some of that heavy work going. Other things would be like climbing if you have a play structure or park nearby. Digging in the sand is really good resistive activity. Pumping from a swing is good vestibular and prop. It gives you both at the same time. So many things. If you're looking for lots of ideas, you could go on Pinterest. They're full of great ideas. Play-Doh. Any of those kinds of things provide lots of good tactile and proprioceptive input. Just trying to build up those resistive activities. And like I said, if they can't engage in them by themselves, then we try and give them that external proprioceptive input. And I'll tell parents, do it every hour. I know that sounds like a lot. But if you aim to do it every hour, you're probably going to get it in multiple times during a day. Just to keep building up that wiring so that they can process things more than safety and survival. They can build up the wiring in their brain that goes, oh, wait a minute, there's something else going on. Oh, that kind of feels good. Oh, I think I want more of that. Use words to name what you're doing. So if they don't have good communication, those words or pictures that go along with what you're doing, maybe they can use those to ask for more. I hope this helps. I hope you're having a great day. Have a fabulous summer. Take care.